I'm Jessica and this is Jeff, and we are going to do a role play of a motivational interviewing technique called Exploring Values and Goals. This technique is highlighted in Chapter 7 of this book, Motivational Interviewing Helping People Change, by William R. Miller and Stephen Rolnick. So I'm going to be a little cliche and start the role play by saying action, and I'm going to be playing the therapist and he's going to be playing the client, and afterwards I'm going to say cut and he's going to leave, and then I'm going to tell you about how I demonstrated this particular technique of motivational interviewing in this video. So here we go. Action. Welcome. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
It's been some crazy weather we've been having recently thanks to the hurricane, huh?
Yeah, it sucks. Summer's definitely over.
That's for sure. So, how have you been doing since our last meeting?
I'm okay. I just wish everything would go back to the way it used to be. I can't stand not being around my wife and kids.
You miss being able to see your wife and children every day. It must upset you a lot to not see them, and you want your family life to be similar to how it was before you started using heroin.
It does make me really sad. The fact that my own wife doesn't want me around our home really pisses me off. But I can't say I really blame her. I never want my kids to see me high again.
Even though that you're angry that your wife has kicked you out of your home, you can understand why she made you leave. Having your children see you while you were high is something that you regret.
Yes, I regret many of the decisions I've made in the past year. I can't believe I put my family through all this bullshit. I'm so fucking selfish when I'm high.
You're feeling a lot of anguish about how your drug use has impacted your family, and you feel like you've let your family down. It's important to acknowledge the fact that you are here now getting help for your drug use. This is a step in the right direction for you and your relationship with your family.
Yeah, I guess.
Having a happy and loving family is important to you. You value the relationships you have with your family members. What else would you say is something you value?
I would say being dependable. Before I started using heroin, I was dependable all the time. I would never miss work, dinner with my family, or any of my kids' school functions.
Being reliable and trustworthy is something you value. You feel like you've not been a dependable person since you started using. Now that you have stopped using, what do you think you can do to try to help live up to being a dependable person again?
By proving that I'm capable of being the strong provider that I was to my family. I need to get my career back on track and start supporting my family financially.
Being a provider for your family is something that you feel is very important. You can be a provider by making money for your family. How did being a provider become a value for you?
Well, my father was an excellent provider for my family when I was growing up, and I just want my family to live comfortably like I did when I was young.
You want your family to have a pleasant and comfortable life. You believe you can help them have this by getting your career back to where it was before you started using heroin. And you want to be able to provide for them like your father did for you and your family when you were growing up.
Yes, I care about my family so much. I haven't shown them that in the past year. I want them to know how much I care about them and that I would do anything for them, whatever the cost.
You want to be able to take care of your family. You're willing to do whatever it takes to get them back. How do you think you can express this to your family that you care about them?
I need to become the best husband and father that I can be, even better than before the drugs. I want to prove to them that I'm worthy to be a husband and a father to them. I feel like I'm lost without them, especially my wife.
You feel like your purpose in life isn't taken away from you. You need your family around to give your life meaning and direction. Rekindling your relationship with your wife is particularly important to you.
Yes, I love my kids, but my wife is everything to me. I miss her so much. I miss just being able to touch her without her cringing or pulling away. I miss sharing everything with her. We were so close.
You miss the intimacy that you and your wife shared. You feel like you're not complete without her in your life.
Exactly. I'll do whatever it takes to get her and my kids back.
You are committed to changing for your family and yourself. You believe that once you have your family back, your life will feel whole again. How do you hope your life will be different in a few years from now?
I hope that I'll never use heroin again. I hope to be living in my home again. I want to be able to see my kids every day and sleep in the same bed as my wife every night. I want my wife to be proud to call me her husband. I hope to get my career back and give my family the life they deserve. I hope to be a normal family again.
those are all goals that you're striving to achieve. Your family is the most important aspect of your life. You value your family, being a dependable person, being a provider for your family so that they can live a comfortable life. You also really value the intimate relationship you shared with your wife and feel like your life is not complete without her. Learning what you value has made it easier for me to understand how you're thinking and feeling. Have I missed anything?
No, that pretty much sums it up.
I'm glad we're on the same page. I will see you again next week.
Okay, see you then.
Cut. Thank you for your help. Okay, so like I said before, now I'm just going to go through what in this interview role play demonstrated the technique of exploring values and goals through motivational interviewing. Okay, so one of the key elements of motivational interviewing using the technique of exploring values and goals includes asking open-ended questions. So as I demonstrated with my lovely partner, open-ended questions are pretty much any question that requires more than just a yes or no answer. So an example of me asking him open-ended questions was when I said, what do you think you can do to try to help you live up to being a dependable person again? So I'm not just asking him, do you want to be a dependable person again? I'm asking for more than just a simple yes or no. I'm asking him, to go in depth and to give me a little bit more than just a simple one-word answer. I also said, how did being a provider become a value for you? And in this question, I'm exploring not only the value that he's presenting to me, but also how he got this value as one of his core values in his life. And he tells me that his dad was a good provider and he wants to be like his dad and provide for his family because he had a great life when he was young and wants the same thing for his family now that he's grown. So another open-ended question that I asked was, how do you think you can express to your family that you care about them? And he told me you can provide for them and not use and all that. So those were examples of me using an open-ended question to elicit more information from him about his values and to just really learn more about him. So another key element is understanding a person's individual frame of reference by finding out what they value and what they look to be as goals in the future. So this is important because it really dives into how the person is feeling and how they're going to react to you, and mostly what they value and our goals, because if you know that in the long run through motivational interviewing, they can hear what you're saying and they know that you understand them and you can help them achieve those goals by using the values that they value and helping them to understand what's going on and motivate them to change through change talk. So I did an example I demonstrated this when I said, what else would you say is something you value? I didn't want to make this, tell me your values. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be a little bit more flowing and more natural conversation. So he started talking about his family and, I said, obviously family is something that you value, which he does. And then, that's when I said, what else do you value? And he told me other things that he valued. And another way, a way that I was able to figure out some of his goals for the future was I just asked him, I said, so how do you hope your life will be different in a few years from now? And, he told me that, he wants to be back living with his wife and he doesn't want to use anymore. He wants to get his career back. So by knowing his goals, I can understand okay, so his goal is to be back with his wife. His goal is to have a career. Well, I know that he values being a provider a lot. So the knowing that he values being a provider and also knowing that his goal is to get his career back and start making money and provide for his family will help me to help him through motivational interviewing and really just figure out what's going on and the best ways and the best plan of action that we both can take for helping him. So it's also important to convey acceptance and respect to your client. If you are making them feel uncomfortable, or that, you know, they feel like you're judging them, they're not going to want to open up to you. They're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to be very closed off. So that's another real key aspect in not only this specific technique of motivational interviewing, but also just in motivational interviewing in general. So yeah, just make sure that you are being really accepting of them, even if you don't agree with what they're saying, because you want them to feel comfortable. You want them to come back. You want them to continue opening up to you. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was informative, and thank you for watching.